All right, let's move on to the African continent where elections are underway in Uganda. President Yoweri Museveni is looking to maintain his ironclad grip on power while his challenger, Bobi Wine, is attempting to dethrone him for a second time. The ballots are being inked by the voters. However, the hiccup is turning out to be the nationwide internet shutdown. Accusations of repression, rigging and intimidation are all making rounds at the moment. Museveni has been president of Uganda since 1986, making him one of the longest-serving presidents in the African continent. 81-year-old Museveni is seeking a seventh term in office, and the internet blackout is ongoing. Rights groups have accused him of running a brutal campaign of repression against the opposition. Uganda's capital, Kampala, is swarming with security forces. Armored military vehicles and men in uniform are patrolling the city. The security forces also carried out a bike rally just ahead of the vote. To challenge Museveni, 43-year-old singer-turned-politician Bobi Wine is in fray. Calling Museveni a dictator, Wine urged election observers to report the truth about Uganda's electoral process.
We have told them that many times election observers come to Uganda only to legitimize the irregularities. And we've challenged them to report exactly what they observe, or else they will also turn themselves into enablers of the dictatorship.
Voting is currently underway and there are no reports of violence or distress. However, Uganda's playbook has a long history of post-poll violence, widespread protests, police crackdown and detention of opposition leaders. In 2011, Museveni's victory was followed by the opposition's walk-to-work protests. To put down the anger, the police used live ammunition in some cases. Dozens were killed and hundreds were arrested. The election aftermath of 2016 elections were almost the same in 2016. In fact, barring the additional tool of social media shutdown, opposition leaders were arrested and beaten. This time, opposition leader Besigye was also silenced by putting him under house arrest. The next elections were held in 2021, where a series of events were no different from last two times. Nationwide internet shutdown, post-poll protests were met with brutal crackdown and security forces killed at least 50 people. Successive elections show that Uganda is entering a crucial phase. Will the history of protests and crackdown repeat itself? Only time will tell.